Hello everyone, you're watching Preppy Kitchen, where I, John Cannell, teach you how to make delicious home-cooked dishes for your family and friends. Today we're making Buckeyes, a delicious no-bake treat with peanut butter, chocolate, a little bit of sugar, and a lot of fun. Let's get started. We're having some friends over later today, so I thought these would be a really fun after-dinner snack that I can make well in advance and not have to worry about like any host duties in the meantime. All right, so 1 cup of peanut butter. To help the peanut butter release easier, I sprayed the inside with some baking spray. Pop, comes right out. Not gonna say this isn't messy though. 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter, that is about maybe 60 grams. We're gonna cream this up. You can add in a teaspoon of vanilla right now. We're gonna scrape the bowl down and sweeten it up and stiffen it up with some powdered sugar. However, I want to tell you, I learned the hard way that you really have to scrape the bowl down with that powdered sugar because you'll find little pockets here and there, and they do not make for beautiful little Buckeyes. Okay, a little bit more mixing. Okay, that's nice and homogeneous. My neck smells like vanilla, which is wonderful. And I'm gonna add in my first cup of powdered sugar. Start on low, increase the speed. And now we're adding in our second cup of powdered sugar. Let's scrape that bowl down. Scraped it down, let's keep mixing. You really want to beat the powdered sugar in there so it's packed in and you're ending up with a really workable, almost Play-Doh-like or clay-like mixture. This will be a great Buckeye because you can roll it up, and when you chill it, it'll hold its shape well. Okay. All right, to make our little kind of Reese's Pieces Buckeyes, what we're gonna do is grab about 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of our peanut butter mixture, which should be 20 grams, 19 is fine, and then roll it out between your hands, place it on your baking sheet, continue the process until they're all done. If you get peanut butter on your hands, wash them off. You could also dust your hands with powdered sugar, which I've done on and off, and it works too. But basically, wash your hands, and it's not because it's impairing your ability to roll, but as you get stuff on your palms, it gives a texture. It'll have like a bumpy texture to the balls. So, word to the wise. And also, just by the by, full disclosure, I made a batch of these yesterday. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't scrape the bowl down. So, on the top, they were kind of like softer than I would have wanted, but then on the bottom, once I got there, it was like tons of powdered sugar that didn't get mixed in. So they were just rock hard and then too soft. So I'm making a little bit of an assembly line and just weighing them all out. You totally don't have to be this anal, but this is me. Hello, I'm John. And then we're gonna roll them out after they're all measured out. Just because it gets kind of messy picking out the dough with your hands. It's a great project for kids. Make sure they wash their hands first. It's also like a fun rainy day project. Right, kids? Roll, 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 roll. And once they're all rolled out, you're gonna pop them into the fridge for at least half an hour. Let them really firm up because you'll be dipping them in warm chocolate. And by rolling them, you're really warming them up with your hands. I have these on a baking tray just for convenience. We're not baking them. It's a no-bake treat. These are going into the fridge for at least half an hour, at which point you'll be ready to dip them. My Buckeyes are almost done chilling, so it's time to make that chocolate dipping situation. 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate. Mine's in chip form. And to make it a bit more easily dippable, we're gonna add in 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. I think it's a bit more traditional to use shortening, but I am not living that shortening life. Nope, not gonna happen. You could also use butter, I suppose, too. All right, so we're just gonna microwave this on like short 30-second bursts at like, maybe 70%, 60% or so, or you could pop it onto a double boiler, but I don't got time for that. In you go. I'll be back when it's melted. A couple of 30-second bursts, and this is getting there. You want to give it a bit of a stir because the bottom will get really hot, the center is ice cold. Does that sound familiar to you? Every day with a microwave. When you're melting chocolate, the cardinal rule is not to melt the chocolate. Here's what I mean by that. You can't just keep the chocolate on heat until it's all melted because you're probably going to be burning it. So what you want to do is heat the chocolate until it's mostly melted and then set it aside and give it a stir. Right now I have too many unmelted chunks still, but I'm very close. I wanted to mention that you're gonna melt it until it's almost all melted, not until it's all melted, because then bad things happen, especially with that finicky beast, white chocolate. I mostly melted my chocolate, set it aside, stirred it, and now silky, wonderful, and perfect for dipping. I'm actually gonna transfer this into a glass because I wanna be able to dip my Buckeyes more easily and not have to like move them around. Grab those peanut butter balls out of the fridge along with several toothpicks. Now it's time for the fun part, the dipping. Okay. I'm sorry, peanut butter sorry, peanut butter ball, you didn't do anything to me. Now we're gonna dip this in. Oh my gosh, that's like so pretty and sensual at the same time. Pop that back on, release carefully, skewer that peanut butter ball, dip it in, remove it. Enjoy the beautiful sheen of chocolate as you do that, so pretty. You can take any excess and just wipe it off like that. Pump, and there we go. Those holes get covered up with like a little spatula knife, so don't worry about them. Dip. If you're wondering why they're called Buckeyes, it's because there are things called buck-eyed peas, and this is what they look like. They actually look like this. Don't try and speed this process up by putting them in the freezer. Again, I learned this the hard way because what happens is they sweat when they're coming back to room temperature, and it's a whole mess. It means the chocolate doesn't stick on properly. I spent too long running my big mouth off, so my balls of peanut butter have warmed up a bit and are not as compliant as I'd like with my toothpick. Here we go. Okay, they're almost done. Just pop them into the fridge to set, so maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and then they'll be ready to enjoy when we come back. So my Buckeyes are all set up and chilled, look at that. But we have to deal with those pesky holes, so let me show you how to do that. Use a small knife and just scrape it together. You can even use a clean finger to tap it down if you want. A little bit of baking or no-bake Photoshop. If you like these Buckeyes, check out my easy and no-bake dessert playlist. I've curated a few of my recipes that are either no-bake or super easy, done in a snap, and you're going to love them. My Buckeyes are all done. They can live in the fridge until the guests come over, but I have to eat one for you. It'll be the ugly one. I'll make that sacrifice. Sorry, I was thinking about how I could eat the rest of this while doing this scene, but you know, like keep it moving. It can't, I'll put it down. Okay, that was really good. It was like a Reese's Pieces with much more, like a double stuffed Reese's Pieces. If you like my recipes, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.